too soon to be back.
What brings you to Broadmoor?
I wish they'd get a younger preacher to come and give sermons.
You just want eye candy.
Guilty.
I can't believe I'm stuck with this assignment.
I'd know this drone anywhere. It was my father's favorite. Must have been damaged when the Dorseys raided our house.
You're not supposed to touch that. It belonged to the Wessons. I've got orders to keep everyone away.
That's right. I recognize that drone. It ran little errands for my father and alphabetized his books.
Wait, what? No, that won't be necessary, please. I'm already on Daisy's shit list. Go ahead and do whatever you need to do.
Returning to West Mode objective, located treasure.
Hey, look at him go.
So they killed the Wessons, the Schulers, the Jacksons, Sophia Gutierrez too, and her kids. The patriarch said
Poor
the Dorseys were
Lucia.
dead. He was either lying or incompetent. Which is it? A lot of people have been asking the same thing.
Returning to West Mode objective, located treasure. Returning to West Mode objective, located treasure. Objective complete. Current location, located treasure. Welcome home, Miss Wilson.
It feels so empty now. Even when Pa and Ma were traveling, they were here. Their spirits filled the place. Now, they do not. Only person who knew the combination to that safe was my mom. If you think you can guess it, I don't mind.
My dearest Lucia, I pray this message finds its way to you, as it is the last I am ever likely to give. Whatever becomes of us, you mustn't blame yourself. I know you would have wanted to be here at the end, but I'm glad you are not.
Open the door, Wilson! Time to face justice!
Your mother and I love you very much, and we are so proud of the woman you have become. You are destined for great things, Miss Lucia Wesson. I regret that I shall not live to...
Oh, God! Mama used to love sitting in here. She'd be ashamed at the mess it's in now. Damn Dorseys weren't content to rip everything up. They had to toss the furniture around, too. Animals. Couldn't even leave my memories of this place alone. No point looking back there. It's smashed up even worse, and the Dorseys took everything worth stealing. Mama used to love sitting in here. She'd be ashamed at the mess it's in now. Wow. Daddy really didn't want any Dorseys to muck around with his cooking supplies.
Hey, boss.
Did you hear what happened in Aspen? All those people taken hostage?
If it's really Vic who has them, they're all as good as dead.
Don't say that to Miriam Knox. Her husband was there, poor woman.
Move along now. No trespassing.
Ah, the park.
Let's keep walking.
Oh, look. Tourists.
Oh, Melissa, you're too much. Oh, we're just talking. Strangers, no need to get any closer.
Move to next objective.
What could you possibly want?
Hello and welcome to the wondrous, fabulous, most fantabulous home of the Ward family. What is your business at the Ward estate? The master is expecting you. Please enter through the door.
Even with this beastly weather, I can smell them from here.
Absolutely repugnant, Sal. Repugnant.
Rangers, so good to see you. Thank you again for saving my life.
I knew the security system needed more security checks and fewer show tunes. Blast. You are the Rangers, correct? I expected our paths to cross eventually. Let me express my thanks for saving my son Bellamy in the Garden of the Gods. All I can manage is the ineloquent gratitude of a father who thought he lost his child. May I help you with something? Most of my time is spent researching and developing technology. In time, I believe we can restore our standard of living to that of the legendary pre-war days in the 1980s. Who knows? Someday we may even exceed it. Their names are Valor, Victory, and Liberty. They are Saul Buchanan's children. He loves them as only a father can. I understand that, love. That's all I should say. Please ask me about anything else. Goodbye, Rangers. I know we've met before, Rangers, but it is extremely rude to break into a man's house unannounced. Indeed, wonderful news. Please accept this small token of my gratitude. Goodbye, Rangers.
Ah, you're the Rangers, yes? I'm most pleased to see you. I'm Gideon Reyes.
Uncle Gideon, you heard about my family?
I did, Sabrina, and I'm so sorry. You know you always have a place in my house, for as long as you need.
I know, and I am grateful. But I have a place with these Rangers now. We mean to see justice done for my family.
Is that so, Rangers? As long as no harm comes to her, you'll hear no objections from me. If I was a gunfighter, I'd go after the men who murdered my sister too. But that's not why I asked you here. There is a situation in Colorado Springs that requires a delicate touch. First, however, you need to know the truth about this city. Colorado Springs isn't as prosperous as it pretends. We can barely feed our existing population, and now smugglers are bringing refugees into the city every day. If we had enough food to support them, we would welcome them, but we don't. I've asked the Patriarch to chase off these smugglers, but he says the crisis with the Dorseys and his children have left the Marshals spread too thin. It seems he'd rather just have Sheriff Daisy keep putting refugees in the pillories, rather than stopping the tide at its source. It's infuriating. And that is why I've called you. You're right, Rangers. I am suggesting you to treat the symptom rather than the cause. But that is because the symptom is about to overwhelm us, and the cause... well, it is very difficult to change the Patriarch's mind. And if it can't be done, the alternative would be changing the regime. Which, even for those who have wanted it most, has seemed impossible. Thus, we must address things that are possible, like discouraging smugglers from bringing refugees to the city. The plains, mostly. After the Patriarch defeated the eastern gangs, people started settling out there, thinking it was safe. Now the gangs have returned, and all the homesteaders are fleeing back to Colorado Springs. Not at all. You will be well rewarded, and not just in money. I do a lot of business with a local Arapaho garage, and I can get them to provide you with the mechanics to service your vehicle. They always have the best, and I'll pay for everything. Thank you. I'm told the smugglers are operating out of the Bazaar, a trader's market east of Colorado Springs. When you find them, well, do what you can. Convince them to take the refugees elsewhere. Convince them to stop entirely. Arrest them. I just want this problem to go away. Thank you for agreeing to help. You are doing Colorado Springs a great service. Goodbye, and good luck.
Be vigilant. In every deluge, the righteous were spared by God. The final deluge will be no different. As always, the worship team could use more guitarists. Auditions this Sunday. We know not what form the final deluge will take. Some say steel, others say blood. May the waters pass over you. The first deluge was water. The second deluge was fire. Let us pray for those lost in the Dorsey attack, especially the Wesson family, Percival, Maria, and Percy Jr. Mrs. Putnam is still looking for her cat. Small Tabby, very affectionate, answers to the name Julep. Let us pray for those lost in the Dorsey. This is a place of respite.
Raid on Little Vegas nightclub. Blood on the dance floor. Hey, you're the Rangers! Well, first time we met, I didn't know you were in town. Heard all about you now. Well, it's the only safe place we've got. Vegas is gone. The robots saw to that. Refugees say the East is dying too. Might still be a couple nations out there. Motor City Combine and Buckeye Republic. But they were at war last we heard. Colorado's the only safe place left. And we have the Patriarch to thank. That makes this town the best place in the world near as I can tell. Even if it isn't perfect. You bet! Fair and Brygo shot and killed for working with Dorsey's. Little Vegas closed until further notice. City dumped totally laid by local youth. Raid on Little Vegas nightclub. Blood on the dance floor.
Maybe I'll join the marshals. I do like roughing people up.
You get drummed out in a second, you crackpot.
I'm sure they could use my help. I even got my own blackjack.
Greetings, visitors. My name is Jessica Murayama, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Saul Buchanan Colorado Heritage Museum. You're about to embark on a journey through history as we share with you the people and events that made Colorado what it is today. Our new and improved animatronic exhibits will bring history to life as you learn about the rise of the Patriarch, the unification of the 100 families, and their battles against the Monster Army and the Plains Gangs. The staff of the Colorado Heritage Museum asks that you do not interact with the exhibits. Ready? Let's go!
Buchanan, Colorado Heritage Museum, or, as I like to call it, home. Me and my friends here are dedicated to telling the story of old Saul Buchanan and the refounding of the great state of Colorado, which is just the first step in Saul's plan to bring back the good old United States of America. Now, just stroll from stage to stage and we'll tell you the story along the way. It's as simple as that. Any questions before you go? Saul Buchanan is far too modest for such egotistical shenanigans. No, sir. It was the 100 families who built this place as a gracious thank you to the patriarch for all he's done for them. Well, I don't want to spoil the show, but it begins with Saul's humble start in this very town, and it follows the trials and tribulations he faced uniting the 100 families, defeating the monster army, and bringing peace and security to Colorado. And, in case you were worried, it's suitable for children of all ages. Look just like my picture, don't I? Now, wait a minute. Let me give you my good side. There you go. I gotta admit, though, I'm looking better than I was. Life's been pretty tough on old Baldy since the world went to pot. Lost a lot of feathers. But now that Patriarch Buchanan's rebuilding America, I'm starting to feel like my old self again. Great! Then on with the show! Youngest son of the Buchanan clan. Brave survivors of the fall of man. Baby Saul grew straight like a tree. Could swing a sledgehammer before he was 3. Learned to read and write before he could walk. Finished all his schooling before he could talk. Showed all his teachers a thing or two when he taught them that a fact didn't have to be true. Is Buchanan a man? Oh boy, what a man! The strongest of men. You can say that again.
You ever notice that the statue's eyes follow you wherever you go?
Nope. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Always watching.